All right, all right. LDBC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach's Show, live. Okay, folks. So I want to go ahead and get this out to parents, okay? And parents, I want to talk about your unruly child, okay? I want to talk about that, and I'm gonna talk to y'all about that because we got so many parents that's running around here that they think that their kids are unruly for no reason. Their kids unruly, and they didn't have not one part to play in their kid being so damn bad. Yeah, got parents trying to play all innocent and, I just provide for them and I give them what they need, and I don't know why they treat me this way. Well, okay, listen. I know most of the time, 9 times out of 10, when you see an unruly kid in the house, most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, it's the precedence that the parent has already set in the beginning. See, all that little stuff that kids do when they're younger, like things like, they jumping in grown folks' conversation and they think that's cute. Or they saying little goofy stuff and, you laughing at it, but really it's disrespectful. But, they so grown. They so grown. Ooh, look at that baby. That baby grown. But when you're supposed to be tagging that baby butt for jumping in grown folks' conversation, jumping in adults' business, okay, saying stuff that grown folks say, that kid's supposed to get a whooping. Now, I know you're going to have some people, so you whoop a child? Yeah, of course. I'm an advocate of giving a child spanking. I ain't say beat the crap out of them, but a spanking? Yeah. I'm definitely an advocate of spankings. And I think some kids need the rod of correction. Oh, they need that rod of correction. They got to have that rod of correction. Because some kids about the rod of correction, boy, they act like they ain't got no dang on sense. But, most of the time it's the parents' fault. And I tell you that when parents run around here talking about, my son or my daughter don't want to listen to me and I don't know what the reason, and they got a part to play in this. See, they try to act like that they had no fault, any fault of their own, of their child being in the state that they're in. None. And I tell you, just last week, I was conducting some business. I'm coming up with a training program for a child, and him and his mama sitting there. And, the child kept cutting his mom off when we trying to conduct this business. Okay, single mom. Child kept cutting the mom off, and I said, hey, first I ain't say nothing. The first time I said, okay, I'm going to give her a chance to check him. But normally I give him twice, and if he do it again, I'm finna check him. So, we talking some business, and he cut off again. I said, look, man, your mama trying to conduct this business. I said, I'm going to need you to sit back and be quiet and don't interrupt grown folks while grown folks is talking. I said, you need to stay up out of grown folks' business. And I looked him dead in his face. And I said, if you interrupt this business that we conducting, if you do it one more time, I said, you're out of here. Like me, I just don't tolerate BS when it comes to kids. I don't tolerate it. Okay? I believe a child need to stay in a child place, and I believe a grown person need to be handling business. And so he sat there, he pulled his phone out, and he's watching these videos, so I ain't no problem with that. And she said, well, he ain't never following instructions like that. I normally got to tell him 5 or 6 times. And I said, that's the problem. I said, you allowed it. I said, that's why you got to tell him 5 or 6 times, because you allowed it. There ain't no consequences. I said, so I guess he going to do what he think he want to do. So finally, I looked over at the kid, and I said, hey, what's the problem with your mama? And so she gave me this look because she was expecting me to ask her what's wrong with him. I asked him, what's wrong with your mama? And man, kids will tell it. Kids will tell it. They'll tell everything. Well, man, she don't even be paying me no attention. I said, what you mean? She'll get home from work. I don't even hardly get to talk to her. We don't even really get to talk that much, man. She go to work and she go in her room and watch the TV. And, kids will tell it. And he started telling me a whole bunch of other stuff, too. A lot of other stuff. Sometimes, she'll cuss me out for asking a question and I really don't be knowing the answer. So, see here, he already got a lot of resentment for his mama. The truth already come out. Okay, the truth, the truth is already there. Kids gonna tell, most time kids gonna tell it. You ask them a serious question like that, what's wrong with your mama? They gonna tell it. There lies the problem. And here this parent over here talking about, well, I don't know why he be, disrespectful to me like that. I know why he disrespectful. Because you're not being a parent. See, what parents do is they spend the first part of their kid life trying to be friends with them. Trying to give them everything they want, trying to make them all happy all the time. And, just trying to be friends with them instead of, popping them upside the head or popping them on the butt. You know, when these jokers, you know, when they interrupt conversations, or you know, they think they grown, or they don't stay in a kid place, and you know, them jokers talking grown and acting reckless. Nah, they try to be nice to the kid. You know, they're trying to give them everything that they never had as a kid. That kind of mentality. And that mentality is why these kids are running over some of these parents. And I see it. I shut that behavior down quick. When I see him in there, man, I shut it down. I told him, you want me to train you? I said, look here, man. I said, when your mama talking, you keep your mouth shut until she asks you to talk. I mean, I come hitting the ground hard. Some parents don't like that. Some parents don't like that. And one mama, and that's another thing, man. You single women, y'all stop thinking that y'all can raise these boys. Y'all stop thinking you can raise these boys, and then, you know, when a man step to him, when a man literally step to him and tell him, back up, keep your mouth shut, stay in a kid place. See, when a man deal with these kids like men supposed to, y'all single mamas, y'all shut up. Y'all keep your mouth shut. Y'all can't raise no boys. Y'all can't raise, y'all are women. Okay, single women, you're women. You're not men. Only a man can actually raise a boy the way that he needs to be raised. Only a man. Not no woman. It's not going to happen. Okay, I don't care what you say. I don't care how you, I don't care what, look, it ain't happening. Ain't no woman raising no boy. But some single women, he fussing at my son. He yelling at my son. That's my baby. That's my baby. I don't want nobody yelling at my baby. That's the problem. See, a real grown man telling you what you got to do and can control your kid, your son, better than you can. And then sometimes it be the daughters. See, I'm going to tell y'all, man, when women say that they can raise a household, a man in the house is integral, okay? See, a man has always been for the discipline. A man has always been for the disciplinary actions, the structure of the household, okay? Keeping people in check. That mama's supposed to be the nurturer. Every kid need a nurturer every now and then. Girls need more nurturing more than boys. Okay, boys, they don't need it. They don't need it all the time. Because I don't want no mama sitting there calling me, oh, baby. No, Every now and then. But 99% of the time, that man need to be on that boy. Getting him right. I see parents like that. And, you know, like 2 months ago, woman brought her daughter in there. Okay? And these single moms, man, I'm telling you, I have nothing against single mothers. Not one thing. But when single mamas, they piss me off when they try to do what they think, they try to do what men do. And it don't happen. So this one little girl, I mean, she was talking to her mom. I'm talking about yelling, screaming at her mama. I said, hey. I said, have you lost your damn mind? I said, hey, that's your mama. I said, that's your mama. I said, you talking to your mama like? I said, you can't talk to your mama like that in front of me. And I said, I want you to sit down. The little girl looked at me, man, and she turned around. Because she was screaming at her mom, she turned around. I was right there in her face. And she looked, man, whole face, she sat down. I said, let me tell you something. I said, you 14. I said, you need to shut up like a 14-year-old supposed to shut up. I said, that's what you're supposed to do. I said, you a 14-year-old. You're a 14-year-old. I said, girl, you ain't even old enough to blow your snotty ass nose. And you talking to your mama like this? I said, nah. I said, if I'm going to train you, I said, when your mama talking, be quiet. Be quiet. Man, that girl ain't had no problems out of it. Look, no problems. None. None. All it takes is a little bit of structure, y'all. All it takes is a little bit of structure. Just a little bit. And mean what you say. You can get these kids back in line. It ain't too late. It ain't too late to get them back. But you got to, man, you got to make them understand. I'm talking about even some of the worst kids, man, they come in there immediately. They come right back. They come back to reality. Because I ain't playing with them. And this one boy, he came in there, and he came in there like bucking at his daddy. But I said, man, I said, here, I'm going to give you a pair of boxing gloves. I told him, if you can hit me one time, I said, your lessons are free. Okay? But I said, I'm going to hit you one time and I'm going to make you quit. And after I hit you that one time and after you quit, I said, you will never, for as long as I'm living, disrespect your mama or your daddy. You know, the daddy's sitting there looking like, I don't know, man, is this safe? I said, listen, okay, it is what it is, okay? Do you want your son back or not? That's what I told him. Do you want your son back? If you don't want him back, then okay, don't do this, okay? If you don't want him back, don't do it. So, you know, man, this boy put these gloves on, start throwing all these crazy punches, man. Just wild punches. I popped him one time in the liver, man. That boy bent over. Coach, man, coach, I don't want no more, man. Coach, I'm sorry. Laughing at him, because he a fool. Okay? You don't go in there, man, and talk junk to your parents and, you know, try to act all like you to go to your parents, and then you think things gonna get right for you. Heck no. Dropped him with a body shot. No more problems out of him. Sometimes you gotta use wisdom, man, when you're dealing with these children. Every situation don't apply to every kid. Some kids, they got some common sense. You just talk to them. And you listen to what they saying. But you parents, don't try to disguise. Don't bring your kid around me. If they unruly, I'm going to expose you. I'm going to expose you for not being the parent you're supposed to be. Don't bring them around me and say, you know what, my kid got problems. Because I'm going to tell you something. If it's something you're not doing, if you're not doing part of your job, I'll find out. I promise you I will. But you know, that's good and bad. It's good because you'll get exposed. It's bad you'll get exposed, but, you know, the good thing is it can be corrected and you can get them back. You can get them back. In 2020, with all the stuff y'all doing for these kids, all the stuff y'all buying them and all, look, no kid should be unruly and living in your house. None. And they need to understand that, and you need to tell them that. I'm done.